The Golden State Warriors were primed for a repeat. After winning their fourth championship in 8 years, Stephen Curry and company look to be in the hunt for yet another title, and recent changes over the summer have ensured that the Dubs are still trying to win now. Sure, they lost key bench pieces during the offseason, but their additions seem more than enough to fill their void. Klay Thompson will be back healthier. James Wiseman, the Warriors' prized second overall pick from the 2019 NBA draft. Jordan Poole, who finished fourth in Most Improved Player voting, looks to capitalize on his breakout season and improve his numbers. Youngsters Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody look to contribute and shine in bigger roles after a year of valuable championship experience on their belts. All seemed well, but everything changed when, for possibly the 100th time this offseason, the basketball world was turned upside down when lead NBA insider for The Athletic, Shams Charania, dropped a bombshell of a tweet, saying that there was a physical altercation at the Golden State Warriors practice that has the team considering disciplinary action against Draymond Green. The situation got even worse when Chris Haynes from Yahoo Sports followed up the Charania report with a tweet of his own, suggesting that the incident was potentially started by Poole, saying that there was a build-up stemming from teammates noticing a change in Poole's behavior throughout camp, with the guard on the verge of securing a lucrative extension, alluding to Poole's impending rookie extension, which he became eligible for this year. The Warriors have all come together to refute this report, countering that Poole has been fantastic throughout camp, head coach Steve Kerr said. There was a report that I was made aware of last night that someone put out there that Jordan had an attitude in camp. Nothing could be further from the truth. Steph's response was more direct, saying that Haynes' report on Poole's alleged attitude change was absolute BS. While it was nice to see the team rally around their 23-year-old guard, this incident has undoubtedly set in motion things that could potentially impact the once rosy outlook for the Dubs. We'll talk about them in today's video. If you enjoy content like this, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more hard-hitting NBA analysis such as this. With that said, on to the video. Perhaps the biggest question in the aftermath of the confrontation has to do with the contract scenario for both players. Green, who is currently 32 years old, has a player option on his contract for the 2023 to 2024 season and can choose to be an unrestricted free agent this season should the Warriors fail to extend him, which he publicly said he doesn't expect to happen. On the other side of this incident is Poole, who is eligible for a rookie contract extension this season, with an October 17 deadline. If he fails to ink by then, Poole will become a restricted free agent next summer. Based on everything coming out of the Warriors camp, however, it does look like Poole will be staying. Apart from Green and Poole, the Dubs have two other key players nearing the end of their current deals, namely Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins. Thompson has 2 years and $85.8 million left on his deal, while Wiggins, who was named an All-Star for the first time ever last season, will be making $33.6 million entering the final year of his contract. Realistically, they can choose to keep all four players. Nothing is stopping them from doing that. Curry alluded to it on Media Day, saying that they want to keep it together as long as we can. That's the goal. But according to Anthony Slater of The Athletic, owner Joe Lacob wouldn't be willing to pay a tax bill that would go well beyond the $362 million paid last season, which means that the teams will be making some big decisions in the offseason. Golden State's continuity has been one of the most overlooked factors that has allowed them to essentially be in a position to contend for the title almost every year, retooling with minimal loss. That's something that a lot of teams try to replicate. It's what makes them a dynasty, like Michael Jordan's Bulls or Popovich's Spurs. They have been cultivating that culture since 2014, when Steph and Klay started to break out and become stars, but the looming free agency decisions threaten to disrupt that stability. In other words, this year may mark the last time we ever see Curry, Thompson, and Green play for the Warriors. To make things more complicated, Green and Poole's confrontation only added more disarray to that culture. Green has come out and took accountability of this incident, which is nice. He held a 39-minute presser in which he said, "There's a huge embarrassment that comes from the video, not only for myself, but the embarrassment that Jordan has to deal with, and also Jordan's family." He also said that he was in a bad space mentally, and that he hurt someone because he was in a place of hurt. He also revealed that he would be taking time off from the Warriors, and his status for the season opener is still unclear. "Yeah, I expect to play," Green said. "Now, will I play? That's a totally different story, and something that we continue to figure out as we move forward and just feel through what's right." Props to Draymond for taking the time to admit his faults, but this should never have happened in the first place. In fact, this isn't the Warriors' first rodeo with Green and his antics. During the 2016 finals, Green committed a flagrant foul on LeBron James that led to a suspension for Game 5. Coming into Game 5, Golden State led the series 3-1. With Green out for the game, James and the Cavaliers were able to win the game and ultimately the series. Green was also widely believed to be the catalyst for Kevin Durant's 2019 departure from the Warriors, starting with a shouting match on the bench seen in this video. As you can see, Draymond's anger and fury is something that is deeply, deeply rooted. After falling to the Toronto Raptors in that year's NBA Finals, Durant left Golden State and signed with the Brooklyn Nets with his friend Kyrie Irving. Historically, Green has been known to have a short fuse, but he is also paramount to Golden State's title defense. His presence in the defensive end has elevated the Warriors to where they are right now. He's been named the 2017 NBA Defensive Player of the Year for his efforts. He is the Warriors' defense. Additionally, he also serves an important role in the Dubs' offense, as the primary playmaker-screener for Curry to do damage with his shooting or cuts to the rim as seen here in last year's finals. The Warriors losing Green would be a huge detriment, but losing Poole would be too. Lacob and general manager Bob Myers are in a precarious position, and it may ultimately come down to choosing between Green and Poole. Poole, 23, has taken leaps every year since his rookie season. He finished last year as the league leader in free throw percentage over his teammate Steph Curry. According to Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, Poole's combination of age and scoring prowess are contributing factors for him to surpass Green and even Thompson in terms of value for the Warriors. Poole's dynamic scoring ability also helps his case as Curry's natural successor, and he will probably be this year's frontrunner for 6th Man of the Year. This situation feels eerily similar to what unfolded in Oklahoma City in 2012, when the Thunder chose Serge Ibaka, their best defensive player at the time, over James Harden, then an up-and-coming combo guard who had already won a 6th Man of the Year for 2012. Oklahoma City traded Harden to the Houston Rockets for Kevin Martin, Jeremy Lamb, 2 first-round picks, and a second-rounder. That trade is now considered one of the most lopsided trades in NBA history, as Harden blossomed as the first option and superstar for the Rockets. He led the league in scoring for 3 consecutive years from 2018 to 2020 and has also won MVP in 2018. The Warriors may look to prevent the same from happening, and according to the Pincus report, an unnamed league source said that, while they will try to keep both, Poole is obviously the priority. There are a lot of teams that would love to employ Green's services. Rumors swirling around the NBA had the Lakers being one of the frontrunners for the former Defensive Player of the Year. Should the Warriors face a fork in the road, it would be a safe bet that they would rather keep the pool party in the Bay Area than keep their defensive anchor.